Excellent. We'll go ahead and get started. This has been round 10 of Monster Energy AMA Supercross and the Super Motocross World Championship here at Protective Stadium in Birmingham. Tonight, you're going to hear from 3 groups. We encourage you to stick around for all 3, 450SX, 250SX Eastern Division, and our SMX podium. Quick rules of the room for our media. You know the drill. You could please state your name and affiliation before asking your question. And as well, once you've asked a question, if you could please pass that mic around. And we do have media joining us online today. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce you our premier class top 3. Chase Sexton, who puts a dent in the points interval. Malcolm Stewart, his second podium of the season. And Aaron Plessinger, his first podium of the season.
Second. It's all right.
And we'll start out with you, Chase. You did exactly as you said that you would. You would come back stronger. How tonight, I know it was just a few moments ago you clinched this overall win, but how tonight already has this impacted your mental state, maybe for the better?
Yeah, it was just nice to finally get the monkey off my back. I hadn't won in, I feel like, forever. So it was nice to just get good starts and get those first 2 races out of the way, get the win in both of those. But it quickly reminded me when RJ went down in the 3rd race that anything can happen. I got to execute my start and get out front. So once I did that, I just kind of tried to ride my own race and not do anything stupid. So try to learn from my mistakes from Dallas. But it was good. And like I said, I don't know what it is about these last 8 races, but I seem to just, I don't know, I really start good, and then I have that little rut, and then I seem to end pretty well. So hopefully we can go on a run, and Coop's riding really well, so are these guys, and it's just going to be a fight to the end.
Great work all day today, Chase Sexton. We'll open it up to questions from the media. Jamie.
Jamie Guido, Vital MX. Chase, want to go back to you. Just said had to learn some things. So we saw in the last Triple Crown in Arlington, you made the mistakes, or whatever you want to call them, but this time you let Cooper got by you, and did you choose to not go back after him, knowing you had the overall?
Well, it really just came down to the 3 in after the start rhythm. I just wasn't doing it in the 3rd main. I'm like, it ain't worth it. It was a big 3 in, and you make one little mistake, you go off the track pretty easily. So I just stuck to the easy line and just hit that. I feel like I was actually riding pretty well. I was losing a lot of time in that section, so I let him go, and then I started to reel him back in. Malcolm was closing, so I was just riding good laps and trying to stay in my lane. But it was good, and like I said, I just try and learn from what I did in Dallas, and yeah, we're always learning. So it was a good night, and like I said, I feel like my riding was really good today. And these last few tracks, or 7 tracks we have, they seem to be a little more hard pack, more open, and that seems to fit my style, open up the turns and carry roll speed. So that maybe have something to do with it too.
Adam Wheeler for On Track Off Road. Chase, how important was the break in the calendar for you? What did you kind of do? Was it a case of analysing, resetting? What kind of activities to get back on track?
Well, I planned an off weekend with all my boys to the beach, and I woke up Friday not feeling great. I rode, and then I woke up Saturday, didn't feel really good. Went to the beach, and then I threw up all Saturday, Sunday. So I don't know if I got a stomach bug or what it was. Food poisoning. We never really put a finger on it, but it was bad. So wasn't feeling good until about Thursday, and yeah, this is how it goes sometimes. But maybe it's what I needed.
Michael with Course Heading. This will be for you, Chase. Looked at the bike earlier today. The part that had been on there since around Phoenix to help with the rear shock was gone. And I talked to the team, and they said you guys have made some progress on some things. Is that something that you worked on in the break, and what were you able to do? As much as you can say.
Yeah, we didn't really do much in the break, to be honest. We kind of just I just told myself at this point, I'm just going to ride it, and we're going to try and be as precise as I possibly can, push it when I can, and when I can't, just back it off a little bit. It pretty much came to the point where the fan wasn't really doing anything. It was something else that we needed to fix, so the fan came off.
Have you had to adjust your riding style, especially in those last few races where they were really heavy, and that action it puts into the shock, how much energy it is?
Yeah, it's not so much I have to change my riding style, but I have to be more precise, which is good. It teaches me new stuff, and I think just have to ride it a little bit different than what I was used to. But yeah, it's just being more precise and not overriding it. That was the biggest thing. When I overrode it, it bit me. So that was the biggest thing.
He's really been studying me and trying to ride like me a lot. That's why he's trying to. I saw he rode so good tonight.
Well, I've been getting beat by Malcolm and Aaron during the week, so I'm like, I gotta pick it up.
Adam.
Adam from Track Talkers for Aaron and Chase. Starts were pretty immaculate tonight, boys. Did you figure something out during the weeks off, prior weeks? Was it gate pick? Was it something that you guys did with the team? How were you guys out front for pretty much all three motos?
I don't think anything I was doing changed. I think these last couple races gave me a lot more confidence, and I think that plays in a big part in starts. Like, confidence is pretty much everything in starts. Like, if you really, really want to be up front and you got a good gate, you're going to find a way to get up there. So, I think confidence is just my thing in good gate pick.
What was the turn of confidence for you? Like, specifically, was it just being on the podium at Daytona? Was it something during the week that you did? What was the confidence that you needed to kind of go, hey, I should be out front?
Yeah, I think it was Daytona. I think it was Daytona, just getting out front and running with those boys and like not having anything crazy happen, and just getting out front and running with the boys and knowing that I can do that is everything to me. Like, I think I was doubting myself a little bit early on in the season, and now I just show up and I know I'm a front runner.
For me, the starts, actually, it's a funny story. I was doing starts on Thursday, and my starts were so bad that my dad told me just to pack it up and go back to the shop. That's how bad they were. So I'm not really sure what happened. My starts have been good at the races, so I did my last start, not a good one. My dad was picking up the starting blocks and walking back to the shop, so I'm like, I think we're done.
Jamie.
Jamie Guida, Vital MX, Malcolm Stewart, second time on the podium this season. Did you find it difficult after the win in Tampa to get back on the podium? Was there a little bit of a winter slump for you?
Yeah, I kind of felt like I rode so well in Tampa, and then I'm like kind of finding myself like not even getting top five. Like, it was like hard to fight for that, and that just goes to show you how this field can change, right? Like, one start or anything like that could just these guys everybody's riding so phenomenal, and I think everybody's got their suspension and everything dialed. So like as the season kind of goes on, it's just gets tricky, right? So yeah, I kind of felt like I hit a little bit of flat spot, and I don't know, maybe the day with Justin Hill just kind of loosened me up a little bit. I'm really stiff right now, but yeah, I mean, I just felt really good, connected with the whole track. My team manager, Nate Ramsey, he just kind of was like, dude, you look so well. Like, just go out there and give it everything you got, and, let's see where the cards fall. And here we are, on the podium.
Yeah, sorry, just one more for me. Guys, for anyone who wants to answer, it's been a couple of years of the Triple Crown now. Any updated thoughts on whether it works? It seems like the last moto is...
Nah, bro. No, they didn't. I ain't trying to be that guy, but... Nah, I'll be all right if they kind of clip it.
I think it's all right for fans, but
Tell the truth, man.
But for us, it's just like so much racing in one night, and then like the track gets so beat. Like last year at Indy, like the last moto was just survival, really, and. Yeah, it's hard to say because it's. I've heard a lot of things from the fans saying some say they like it, some say they don't because there's too big of a break and it's just they can't figure out the points and stuff. But for me, I like endurance races, so that's all I'll say.
Michael.
This is the second visit we had to Birmingham this year. Much better than last year. We actually got to see like how this dirt is and springtime in the South and all that. So for all three of you, could you give me your feedback on down here, how the fans were, what it was like at the stadium?
I love it. I love it down here. Anywhere down here. Yeah, I mean, I'm biased down here because I got a lot of friends and family, and I spent some time growing up down here. So I love it down here. I like the dirt. It holds moisture so good, and even in first practice today, it was just like it was a breath of fresh air just getting to ride on something like spongy and just like, I don't know, the red dirt hits different.
I don't know. It was weird. Every time I looked over my shoulder, I thought AP was next to me. There's a lot of guys walking around with mullets today. So Everyone was super friendly today. When you come to the South, everyone, I mean, yeah, obviously they have the accent, but everyone seems to be just nice and friendly, and it is cool. Like, I feel like every time last year and then this year, I come here and it feels like I was back at, like, riding as an amateur. I used to ride Monster Mountain a lot, which is really similar to this dirt. And it was just kind of familiar for me, honestly, and having something different. I always liked Atlanta, and this is kind of the similar dirt to that. So, yeah, everyone was nice. The track was really good, and I wish the whoops were a little bit bigger, like they were in practice. They cut them down. Not really sure why, but yeah, the track was good and had a good. It was hard to pass, but it also flowed really well. So it was kind of like give and take.
When I think of Alabama, I think of Mill Creek. Just that kind of. That's just I was always one of my favorite tracks growing up in amateur. So like AP said, Chase said, Monster Mountain, Mill Creek. The dirt was actually really good. So. Hopefully we can keep our fingers crossed and let the rain stay where it's at and get some good racing.
I'd like to give an opportunity to our online media joining us to chime in with some questions, starting with Brent Bowser.
Brent Bowser, Whiskey Throttle Media. My question's for Malcolm. Malcolm, after that crash you had in practice, you got up a little slow, but you finished that session. But obviously after the first and second main, you had a great ride, but didn't make it to the podium. How much did that affect you tonight, or did it feel better on the bike than it did off the bike?
It actually, yeah, it's kind of weird, but like as soon as I got off the bike, it was hurting. Just quite a bit. Just hit my hip pretty good. Just gave myself a nice little Charlie horse, and we did everything we can. Dr. G helped me out, but I mean it's racing. We got a job to do. I just gotta put my head down and. Just tough it up, and then I can cry later. So that's kind of where we're at.
Nick.
Thank you, Haley. Nick Blackman with Winners Take Y'all. Kind of the same thing for Malcolm, that you obviously were in pain when you got off the bike. You had a pretty good stinger to your hip. You think that might be a little bit of a distraction wound to let you, like, not think about the pressure so much and ride really hard and get up in that fight tonight?
Sometimes I think it goes back to, the old saying, sometimes like riders ride their best whenever they go down in the first turn and stuff like that, like they're loose, right? I don't know why, but kind of like felt like for me, that was just something I just didn't have. All I had to do is really just go out there and do the best I could, right? Like obviously it did hurt, but I think that kind of helped me out because I wasn't really too worried about anything else but that, right? And sometimes just a mental thing, and again at the end of the day we did everything we could, and we got on the box. So like I said, I'm hurting now, but it felt good.
Thanks.
Dan Beaver.
Dan Beaver, NBC Sports, and I'm going to stick with Malcolm. Did the hip pain cause you to ride differently, and if so, did you learn anything by riding a little bit differently in those races?
No, I mean, even in the first practice before that incident happened, I felt really good around the racetrack, right? Like it was just really connected. Yeah, again, like I said, the hip thing was it's just an injury, right? Like everybody deals with that. But at the end of the day, like I felt like that didn't hold me back. If anything, I just put it behind me, and I knew that I need to go out there and do my job, right? And just go out there and get 3 solid starts. Those guys obviously beat me every time you don't go into the first turn. So, but that being said, I just needed to go out there and do the best I can, and get this Husk of Honor on the podium.
Thank you.
Mitch Kendra.
Hey, Mitch Kendra with Racer X. We'll go Chase for this one. You kind of mentioned the openness of the track, and you kind of felt like it gelled with you. I feel like you set up a lot of passes after the finish line in that turn. Was there just the spacing of that, or what? I guess what did you pick? Why were you able to pick out that turn specifically?
It was just hard to pass in general everywhere else. I think with all the 90-degree turns, like on the edges of the stadium, and then also the rhythm sections, you couldn't really push through to gain a lot of time to get next to him into the turn. So I was really, I think the best part for me on the track was after the triple, I would jump that single and miss the wall, at least for the first 2 mains, and then I would just open up that turn, and I'd carry a lot of momentum and then get to the left of the guy in front of me. And the first pass on Jason, I didn't really want to make contact, but I showed a wheel the lap before, kind of knowing like I'm going to try and pass you here. And then the next lap I went for the pass, and he obviously, I don't know if he knew I was coming, but cut down and came together with him. So then made the same pass on Aaron. But yeah, it was just kind of my only passing spot on the track. The whoops weren't really big enough to make any ground up in. They were pretty small, and everyone was getting through them pretty well. So the sand section weren't really making any passes there, but it was just kind of hard to pass, but it had a really good flow to it. So like I said, it's a give and take.
I have time for one or two more. Jamie?
Jamie Guido, Vital Next. Chase, I want to go back to that pass on Jason. After that, were you expecting a little payback?
Yes, I was. I went into the first turn after the second start, and he was on the outside of me. I'm like, oh, this ain't going to be good. I'm going to have to cut this guy off. Like, I thought I didn't give him any room, but somehow he squeaked to the inside of me. I'm like, this ain't good. He's going to hammer me, and he did, which I saw. I mean, I knew he was going to get me back because I did take him out. So, it was racing. I expected it, so I would have, probably not done the same thing, but I would have been mad as well.
One more.
Adam from Track Talkers for Chase. Today, when I watched your bike in practice, I really seen how the rear shock of your bike in the whoop section just kind of seemed a little more plush, and it wasn't kind of skating side to side today. And I feel like when I see that on your bike, you have a lot of confidence, and then you see kind of a trigger pull, and you're like, wow, Chase Sexton's on. Today, I kind of had like a feeling you were going to go a little faster than normal. You looked a little more comfortable. What is that for you that you get the comfort from? Is it the whoops, or is it something else?
Well, when you see that in the whoops, it does it on the rest of the track as well, and I need that. I ride a lot off of feel. Like, I don't like to hammer stuff. I don't like to just bonsai through rhythms and slam into turns. I like to ride off of feel and kind of ride like MotoGP style. And to do that, I need good feeling with the bike. And when I'm doing that in the whoops, that just has good feeling. And today, even in practice, I was good in the whoops, but it wasn't just there. I just felt like I was really connected to the track and could really do what I wanted with the bike. And for me, that's the biggest factor.
Thank you very much. And lastly, AP, I would never dream of disrespecting the Cowboy. I apologize for the misspeak early on. Multiple podiums for these.
He's going to be upset. He might cry if something tonight.
Just second podium.
Second podium. My apologies.
We're good.
Multiple podiums for Aaron Flessinger, Malcolm Stewart, and multi-time race winner this season, Chase Sexton. This has been your top three for the 450 class. Thank you, gentlemen.
One more thing. Shout out to the Austria group for first, second, and third, too. I think I just want to let that, you know what I mean? Nobody said anything, so I just want to let everybody know. The whole Austria group, we did it tonight.
And what's next in the program from here? We go to round 11 to be held in Seattle, Washington next weekend. And looking even further ahead this season, for the first time in history, Monster Energy AMA Supercross Championship will be racing in Foxborough, Massachusetts, followed by Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, East Rutherford, New Jersey, followed by Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And we may never get to do so again, but this upper east swing of ours, we are very much looking forward to that. Now it's my pleasure to welcome up our 250 top three to the lectern. Your top three this evening: Nate Thrasher with his 6th career win, RJ Hampshire second tonight, also with 6 career wins, and third, maintaining the points lead and actually growing that points lead up to 10 now. That is Tom Vial. Okay, and we'll start with you, Mr. Thrasher. Nate, we know that you were hired to win. Of course, the objective is always to go out there and win. But after everything you've been through this year, what was the motivating factor tonight?
It was just a whole lot better day for me. Finally was able to do some laps this week, and it just kind of translated. Before this week, I was nowhere, and just not riding as tough going at those 2 racetracks we had, definitely with those ruts. So, I just felt like won with a bike this weekend, and from practice I felt like it was tight between all 4 of us really, and going into the main event it was splitting hairs, so I knew it was going to come down to starts, and it was a good race. You were great tonight. Nate Thrasher, our winner. Opening up 2 questions from the media. Jamie Guida, Vital MX. I'm going to stick with you, Nate. Let's get into that a little bit deeper. First podium this season. What significant changes have you made that have made the difference that we saw tonight? Would there have been bike changes, body changes, just recovery? What has it really been? Yeah, I felt like in Tampa I really had a good base from the off season. I felt really good that night and ended up going down early, and fought my way back. And then after that, just had a practice crash, really not my fault. So it was kind of tough, and I was just surviving from that point. Really couldn't grip at all, and his hand was flying off the bars. So it was very tough, just trying to survive, just stay in it, and just log laps, and just trying to get healthy. And the 2-week break really helped. I took completely off the first week, and then rode Tuesday, Wednesday. And, just felt like I was just turned a corner at the 4-week mark. It was, night and day, really. I don't really know how to explain it, but that week off just made the big difference. Racing on it obviously wasn't letting it heal, so finally got some healing done. And, this weekend, this whole week, it was felt like my old self again.
Left-hand side of the room, sir.
All right, it's John Goolsby from the Trustful Tribune, the Green Flag. This question was asked of the 450 guys. What was your take? This is for all three of you guys, and then I have a second part also. What was your take on how the track raced? What your thoughts are on racing here in Birmingham, just with the dirt?
The dirt was tricky. It was ruddy, but also had a really tough base, and you had to be very patient on the throttle. The track was good. I think it was racy, but it was kind of tough to pass. I think the sand was brutal. That 180 kind of made it one-lined, I think, a little bit. Just you couldn't really go outside because it was just such a long way around. So I think if the sand was maybe not a whole 180, it would have been a little bit easier to pass because that's one of the most passing spots I feel like every weekend is that. And people make a mistake and kind of get around them. And then, but besides that, I think the track was good.
Yeah, I kind of agree with the sand. I think it was one line all pretty much from the first practice till the last race. We all went inside and you couldn't really pass anyone. I feel like the speed were all pretty close too. Normally you can, make a little bit some difference, and we were all riding pretty much the same speed all day. So yeah, I think the dirt was good. Gets a little slippery by the last for the last main, but I kind of like the dirt tonight.
Yeah, just kind of what they said. We did have a piece of plywood, I think, come up pretty bad in that last third main, which you definitely felt if you hit it. But overall, the track raced pretty well. Like they said, we were all pretty close, so it made for some good racing.
Yeah. Big crowds where you guys have been. I guess you sold out Anaheim, you sold out San Diego, massive crowd down in Texas. What are your thoughts on the crowd here? I've talked to some people, and they said it was probably the smallest crowd that you guys have seen. From our perspective here, we'd love to have you guys here because IndyCar's been here for almost 20 years. It's supported majorly. AMA Superbikes are here. It's supported big time. And, of course, NASCAR at Talladega, 2 races. So I think you guys are probably the missing piece that we need here in Birmingham to round everything out. What's your thoughts on should you guys be coming here or not?
Yeah, I think so. I think if there was more races and they took Atlanta away, so this was kind of that filler. I feel like it's a good filler for that because there's a lot of people that can't make the trip that live in Tennessee or Mississippi or Georgia to some of those races in the far south, in Florida. So I think this is well needed, and I think it's a good venue, and hopefully we come back.
Yeah, even just this whole area down here, this is my first time in Birmingham since we didn't race it last year, or I didn't. But it's cool. The whole pit setup also, I think it's good for the fans. I wouldn't say it was that small. It was pretty, packed, and you could definitely hear them throughout the night. So overall, yeah, I'd love to come back here.
Yeah, I love racing, obviously, in the stadium, and like RJ said, the pits are pretty cool here, and I feel like the stadium was pretty packed, and yeah, I kind of really like it. When something happened on the track or someone made a mistake or something, everyone scream, and you can really feel close to the fans. I feel like more in Supercross than outdoor, so it's pretty cool.
Michael.
Michael with course heading. This will be for Tom and then RJ if you can chime in too. During time qualifying today, you guys saw Max get hurt, and his championship chase is kind of on pause right now, depending on how the leg injury is. For you guys to know how tumultuous the 250 East region can be, what do you think when you see one of the guys you're going against? How does it affect your day? And then do you just push on through the night show, Tom, and then RJ?
Yeah, I was actually right behind Max when he crashed. We were both, I think, in a fast lap, and he crashed right in front of me. So, when, of course, you never want that. And first I didn't know if it was bad or not. But yeah, unfortunately for Max, he was riding really good all season, and I was like really looking forward to battle till the end with him. And there's still many guys, obviously with RJ and Seth in the championships. So there's still a lot of guys to fight for it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's a bummer to see him go down like that. My pit board said to jump the quad, I think 3 laps before that. So every lap I kind of was trying to size it up. And, I mean, that lap I was fully committed to it that he went down. It was just literally if you got the lift or not, depending on what line you hit. And even, you know, Seth in that second main when I was behind him, dude, he almost had 4 big ones, I think, trying to quad it. I mean, just for the risk and reward for that section, I mean, I didn't jump it once all day. But of course, you know, seeing Max go down like that, like huge championship hit. And yeah, I mean, like it's racing, man. It's tough out there. Like you feel like you're on top of the world. I mean, he started the rounds, you know, 1 and 2, and he looked like he was going to walk away with this thing. It's just crazy how fast, you know, things can change racing.
Adam from Track Talkers for RJ. First race, dude, picture perfect. Loved it. Take us through the second race, your mindset of kind of chasing down, like you said, Seth, and then in the third race, like the oh shoot moment of like, I gotta get going. And also in that third race, just take us through what are your thoughts when you're racing? Where do you have to be? What's your goal at that point? And what's your mind like when you're racing in that third race, knowing you have to make it happen?
So, I mean, all day, like practice, I had a spark and felt like fiery, like I can kind of do whatever I wanted on the bike. And literally from the gate drop of main event 1, I mean, I was just searching, like I couldn't do things I wanted to do, like, and I just felt off. Yeah, it looked great first moto, but I did not feel good at all. And then, you know, second moto, I don't get to start on Seth, you know, has it, and like I felt like I calmed down a little bit, and I had a couple good laps, but I just didn't have that spark to go. And then, I mean, man, all I had to do was hit my start in that third main, and you know, probably would have had the overall, and come in there and 2 guys tangle up, go down right in front of me. You know, I'm stuck with them, and you know, right away my mind's just like make up as many positions as you can. And then once I seen Tom, I mean, realistically, my goal tonight is to chip away at the points lead. So you're gonna find where Tom's at. And at one point, I was like, okay, I was doing the math. I didn't see where Nate was. And I tried to make a push to go for, you know, I think it was Bennett, because I would have had the overall if I got him. And I put in 2 like good laps, and I didn't have what it was going to take to kind of catch him. So yeah, right then just kind of calmed it back down and took what the night gave me. And you know, it sucks because I do feel like I kind of let one get away from me, but also, like I said, main goal is to chip away at that point lead.
Yep. Solid night.
Jamie
Guido, Vital MX. I'll go to you, Tom, on this one. The track today, a lot of laps on it, and the conditions changed throughout the day. Very dry and slick it seemed to be during the day. Moisture came up a little bit during the evening. Just talk about the track changes and what changes you had to make to adjust to that.
I actually felt great from the first practice on the track. I feel like the rhythm was a little sketchy. Like it was some soft like parts on the track that you had to be a little bit like careful, but I felt great also with the bike from the first practice. So I actually didn't change my bike pretty much all day, a couple clicks, but nothing crazy. And yeah, I kind of liked the dirt. The whoops were a lot smaller for the night show than in the practice. So no, the track was fun.
Thank you.
Adam?
Adam from Track Talkers for Nate Thrasher. I want to start out with, you are so fast when you were on. But unfortunately, like we talked about earlier, you've had some mishaps. We've seen that in the past, some weird things happening. 1, how frustrating is that, and how do you get over it? And 2, I don't want to say you're out of the championship because we still have 2 showdowns, so anything can happen. But when does the mindset shift to, okay, I'm just going to kind of finish out the series, do solid, and really make an outdoor championship push?
Oh, yeah. I think this year was, in the off-season, I think was my most, productive. I was healthy coming into it, and that hasn't happened for me in a long time. And, it was just a steady build. I feel like this is the most solid I've ever been. Didn't make many mistakes tonight and was pretty locked in and just steady the whole every main event. Normally I have some moments, This year just really hasn't been like that. Even in the off season, I was just steady every lap, every moto we did is just building. And I feel like I'm the most solid structurally I've been on the bike and technique wise. So I think this year is going to be a good end of the season. We still got a lot of racing to go. I think anything can happen, but 2 showdowns like you said, and then for the outdoor push, I want to obviously going to go do some outdoor riding this week and hopefully get a good bike set up and hopefully we can battle for that.
Are you still all in? I mean, obviously you're a little bit ways out. Are you still all in on this championship Supercross wise and the full focus, or has there been a little bit of like, hey, let's get some outdoor testing in? I've seen other star riders riding outdoor as well. Where's your mind at there?
Yeah, I'm still fully in. I mean, I think we're not, we may be halfway right now. There's still a lot of racing to go, and anything can happen. Just like Max today, you never know. So I'm just going to, got some points tonight, and who knows? Not out of it yet, and there's a lot of racing to go, 2 showdowns, and there's still a good chance to come back, and I'm going to win a lot of races.
Congrats on a big win.
Thank you.
Now we'll welcome some questions from our media joining us remotely. Brent.
Brent Bowser, Whiskey Throttle Media. My question's for Tom. Tom, solid start to the season, 10-point lead in the championship, consistent finishes. Are you thinking about the win, or are you just thinking about the championship? Because I think, you've been solid all year, podiums, top 5 finishes. No win yet, but you have to be pretty stoked with where you're at in the championship, regardless of wins or not.
No, yeah, trust me, I'm thinking a lot about it. I want that win. I mean, I'm working hard for it during the week, and I try not to push too much for it too, just not waiting that it come to me. Of course, I'm pushing to it, but like tonight, I think the second main almost had the all shot, and pretty much Minos almost got out the track, and I lost a lot in that second main tonight. But I feel like I'm pretty close every weekend to fight for the win, but it didn't happen yet. So we got a weekend off. I'm gonna keep on working to get that as quick as possible.
Nick.
Thank you, Haley. This question's for Nate. Nate, you haven't been able to ride or practice consistently here lately, and whatever setup you used obviously worked. But with not having the time to really get your bike like you normally would, what base setup did you go with?
Oh, I haven't even touched my bike pretty much. I found a good package about 3 weeks before round 1, and it's pretty much what I've been on. I think it suits me really well, and I really struggled with the new bike last year, the new chassis, and was just kind of fighting it all year. I really had a comfortable base on the 2023 model, and then the new bike came out, and I was struggling, and then finally found something this year with about a month to go, and kind of changed my trajectory, and I'm super excited and definitely happy with the bike, and Jake's, our suspension guy's done a great job with it.
Thank you. It worked.
Mitch.
Hey, Mitch Kendra with RacerX Online. We'll go to Tom with this one. I think at the end of the first race when you and RJ were going through lappers, you kind of made a close pass attempt there. It looked like you kind of backed it off a little bit. Was that just kind of playing it smart, knowing you had 2 more races to go on the night? Or, were you really fighting for that race win?
No, I actually tried till the last lap. We got some lapper, I think 2 laps to go, and RJ lost a little bit of time before the whoops. I was really close, but I just feel like the track was really tough to pass tonight. We were all riding the same speed, and if the guys didn't really make a mistake, it was hard to pass. And I was fighting till the last lap, but couldn't do much more, and I feel like it was hard to pass without a mistake from the guys in front of you.
And a quick follow-up to that, with the motocross season coming up, is it more important for you to finish out this title defense versus maybe getting a head start onto the motocross? I guess you really want to defend this title, right?
Yeah, of course. Right now, the main goal is to defend, and I'm still going to ride a little bit of outdoor next week. I also feel like it helped me a little bit to ride Supercross, get a little bit some rhythm, do some moto in outdoor, and but no, the main goal is to stay focused for the Supercross title.
Thank you, gentlemen. Nate Thrasher, RJ Hampshire, Tom Vial, your 250 SX top 3. And if you don't mind sticking around, please, we have one more podium for you, our SMX Next top 3 coming up in just a second.
You too, Anton. Be safe. I figured you were, yeah. If I don't see you again, good seeing you. Yeah, have fun Monday night. I'll probably call in to talk shit on the scene.
And we are good to go. Enzo Temmerman, Luke Fauser, and Tiger Wood. Enzo, we'll start out with you. You had to put yourself in position to win today. On that final lap, when you took over the race lead, what was going through your mind for the rest of that lap?
Just don't crash. I know a lot of guys had the lead that crashed out of the lead. So I'm going to be honest, when I hit the white flag, I thought I just had second locked in. I pushed as hard as I could to close the gap. But he had quite a bit of breathing room, and I didn't think I was going to make the pass. And then I saw him go down, and so I was just happy to take it, you know.
Nicely done tonight. Congratulations, Enzo Temmerman. Questions from the media?
Yeah, I'll go Jamie Guida, Vital MX. Luke, you've worked with Daniel Blair. Have you talked to him tonight? Good podium.
Yeah, I haven't talked to Daniel yet tonight. He texted me, but I'll definitely be giving him a call. He's not with us anymore on KTM, but I still talk to him weekly every day. He's a great mentor for me and everything. So yeah, I keep in touch.
Yeah, he's a big believer in your program. But anyway, so about tonight though, it seemed like nobody wanted to win this race. And so was there a moment where you kind of like, hey, I got to be careful because this track can take you out, and just be consistent, and then it worked out for you?
Yeah, of course. So you kind of expect it coming into the future because we're just less experienced. What it comes down to is, and that's kind of from like watching and just being here, you kind of notice that people are, I mean, they just go down, and it happens to me too. It happened to me at Daytona in 3rd place. So you kind of expect it. And once I was in the back, but I felt speed and I felt like confidence and smoothness. So I just took that and ran with it, made a few passes straight up, but then the rest really just fell down from there. And yeah, last lap I heard the crowd go crazy, and I was like, is that maybe a position for me? And I look up, and I see Ryder getting up on the backside of Birmingham, and I was like, look, it's a better position for me, but yeah.
Adam from Track Talkers for the whole panel. SMX is about learning, and you guys seen, I know we just talked about it, but you guys seen a lot of crashing tonight. You guys seen a lot of guys give it away. It seemed like lightning struck as soon as you got in the lead. What was the biggest thing you learned tonight as amateurs moving to your pro careers?
Don't crash and ride consistent laps all the way to the end. You got to be in it to win it, so you got to make it to the main and make it through the main to the checkered with consistent laps and staying off the ground.
Jamie?
Yeah, Jamie Guida, Vital MX. Tiger Wood, how's your golf game? No, I'm joking. I'm joking. To follow up with Adam here, this SMX Next program is really good for guys like yourselves who are making your way into the pro career. You get to do autograph signings. You do the, I don't remember what they call it, with like Mike Bonacci, where they talk about different things you need to know as a pro. So what is something that you picked up from this program that you didn't really expect to be part of the program, the day program, the race, everything?
Yeah, probably just planning your day. Yeah, haven't done it. This is my second one. So, yeah, just learn how to plan your day, eat at the right times, and nutrition, all that. Yeah, there's a lot of learning to be done. And, yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with how tonight went. But, yeah, there's definitely more.
And Tiger, you spent this season and this last summer up in Canada racing the Triple Crown Series. Yeah, and you told us how that experience was like jumping off into the deep end. How much do you feel like that experience prepared you for SMX Next?
Yeah, I think it definitely did. Yeah, not racing any 250 races in A and B class before I went and did that definitely was a struggle up there. I'm not going to lie, but yeah, I learned a lot, and I think it definitely has helped me, get ready for these SMX Next and the future motor combines. So, yeah, no, I think it definitely helped me.
We're gonna another one from. Do you have another one, Adam?
Yes, I do. Adam from Track Talkers, to the whole panel. If you guys all three can answer, that'd be great. You know, I had some pretty big wins in my amateur career that I look back on.
Stop it.
I did. I won Oak Hill National. Don't even start with me, Jamie. Okay? That I remember to this day that kind of made that jump to like, okay, maybe I can do this. How does this podium here tonight, what kind of hope does that give you, and how important is that on the ranking of every single race you've done in your career?
Yeah, it's good. You know, I mean, me personally, like, I've been through injuries a lot this past couple of years, and it's kind of like at some points you start losing hope. But like last year at Foxborough, I came out and got a third on a podium, and then that gave me like, oh, like I can actually do this. And then I've been putting in a lot of work at the practice track with Brandon Harraff and some of the other future riders out there. And yeah, it's been great. And this P2 is just great. Like, it just gives you more hope and confidence for the next races. And you know, there's always going to be more races, so you just got to carry it through, do better at the next ones.
I totally agree with that. I've had a lot of injuries too this last year, and when the times are really hard, it's easy to lose hope. And when you have like a big win like this, it feels good, and it's definitely a confidence booster, and gives you a lot of hope for the future.
Is this the biggest win of your career, or how would you rank it?
I'd rank it number one, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a big boost to confidence. Yeah, I haven't been on the podium since Loretta's 23, so yeah, it's been a long time, and yeah, it's definitely a confidence booster moving forward.
How does this change your outlook for the future?
Honestly, probably just coming into these next races, probably a little bit more relaxed. Just kind of knowing that I belong up front, and kind of just not worrying about anything else, just myself and how I can attack the track and learn it and put some fast laps down in qualifying, and then, yeah, have a solid main. So, yeah, I'm probably it's going to be a little bit more relaxed from now on, and kind of just confident in myself.
Congrats, guys.
Mitch Kendra.
Hey, Mitch Kendra with RaceRex Online. Enzo, congrats on the win. I feel like since you've gone on the 250F, you've been pretty fast, but you're starting to have that consistency down. What are you doing at the test track, and who are you working with to really nail that consistency and just be there for every practice day, be there for every race on the weekend, like you mentioned with the injuries and everything? What are you working on at the test track?
I just work with my grandpa, and I go to the track with him, so he's my trainer, and I would say there's not really a lot we work on in specific. Like, it's just the same things, but we've had 3 months straight of working on just what we always do, riding, getting my laps in, sprint speed, long motos, all that stuff. So, yeah, I just say it's because I've had 3 months of it now, where in the last year I've had a lot of time off the bike, so it didn't really change anything, but just finally have a couple months in a row of being healthy.
And then, Luke, this was your second podium in the SMX Next program. Like you mentioned, the Foxborough race last year. This was like your best result, but do you feel like this was your best riding too? Or do you feel like you were just kind of consistent? Can you compare the speed to the last couple races to tonight?
Yeah, so like, I mean, I struggle all day with speed, and I usually, even at like the practice tracks back in Florida, like I'm usually off the pace of the kids I train with too. But I mean, I think I have like pretty good racecraft, and I just try and take that to the race, honestly. And it kind of felt similar to Foxborough last year, where at Foxborough, whenever I came to the track, I just felt very like, oh, that was good. Like, I felt smooth and confident, and that's what I felt out there. I felt just smooth, not making many mistakes. Maybe not the fastest, but it was just consistent.
And then one more for you, Luke, real quick, because this is your second year racing the program. How important it is for you to get the experience of the races in this program, but also, racing against kids like Drew Adams and your PA buddy Gavin Towers and Cole Davies, a bunch of guys that are a little bit older, a little bit younger, but a whole bunch of different people just to know how they race and learn things from them. What's it like getting experience with these guys that, are pros now and are going to be pros with you here in the next couple of years?
Yeah, it's very cool. I mean, you see the guys that, we were just racing with last year, Cole and Drew. I mean, you see what Cole's doing now. He's phenomenal. So you just hope to get there, right? And you learn so much throughout the day, because the tracks during the day here, they just get so rutted and so pitted out. And that's not something that at least I've trained on or ridden. So, like, here you just learn so much about the tracks and how to ride broken down tracks, because usually at the practice track gets broken down. You know, we just tell the guy to go out there and fix it because it's too dangerous. But here it's like you have no choice, so you're just out there learning it.
Nick. You are muted, Nick. We're going to circle back to you, Nick. I apologize. I'm not sure if we're having some technical difficulties, but we'll try it one more time. Nope, nothing yet. I am so sorry, Nick. We want to circle back to you.
That works.
There we go. We're in business.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you, Haley. This is Nick Blackman with Winners Take Y'all. This is for all three of you guys. Obviously, this race, everybody was going down in front of you. Could you tell us, like, what your mindset is? Do you get excited and, I'm picking up a spot? Or is it you think, okay, I need to settle down and not crash because this track's obviously biting some people? Just what does that do to your mindset when you see the leaders going down over and over?
Well, obviously you don't want to see anybody get hurt, but when they're on the ground, it's an easy pass and easy position to pick up. Yeah. So it feels good, obviously, and you just got to not be the next guy to crash and stay up the whole time because a lot of guys were crashing out there, so yeah.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think I was pretty far back first lap, like 10th or 11th or something, and honestly, first lap, like I just didn't expect to get on the podium, but I felt good, and I was like, I'm just gonna push forward as hard as I can. And you see the guys going down, and it just gives you hope more and more. And then, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, especially in our class, everybody learning. And, yeah, a lot of people going down, but, geez, there's so much else to focus on out there that I don't really get too high or low about it. It's just, the person that I got around and instantly back to focusing on your own race and that. So, yeah, I don't pay too close attention to it.
Jamie
Guida, Vital.
Okay. Go ahead.
Jamie Guida, Vital MX. Enzo Timmerman, one more for you. You guys have talked about the day and learning all this different things through SMX Next. What's one thing that you've learned you need to be better at?
Starts for sure. My start at Daytona was really bad. Worked on a lot of starts. My start here wasn't great either. I think I was like 7th. And then obviously staying off the ground. We talked about that a lot already. Being consistent, riding loose. In practice the track was really tough for me, and I struggled a lot. Just tightened up. So just learning the tracks, just because they're so much more difficult than the practice track. So I'd say all those things for sure.
All right, that is a wrap for today. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Enzo Timmerman, Luke Fauser, and Tiger Wood. We'll see you next time, round 11 next weekend in Seattle, Washington. Have a great night.